Hello and welcome to today's training video, where today we're going through the usability of the adaptive faults. The adaptive faults can be used in any reflectivity, attribute volume or color blend. Here we're going to work on a slice. We can get the slices onto the screen by right clicking on the volume and selecting slice. This will generate an inline, crossline and time slice, but here we're going to work purely on the inlines. The adaptive faults work just as well in 2D as they do in the 3D scene. Right clicking on the slice here will allow you to send this slice to the interpretation window. The Adaptive Faults tool can be accessed by the Interpret button in the top right corner and then selecting Adaptive Faults. This will create our global drop-down menu where we have the series of options that we can use for the fault picking. The button now highlighted is our data following fault stick interpretation tool, whilst the button highlighted now is our linear fault stick interpretation tool. Once we populate the 3D scene with a fault here, we can now show the different ways in which a fault plane, surface and interpretation can be viewed. We can either see the surface, intersection and fault sticks. Alternatively, we can see just the interpreted sticks. Alternatively, we can preview the interactive surface, which is only on the slice of question, or we can have a combination of the interactive surface and the sticks. Once we have our new fault set up, selected and set as active, we can now go on to the fault interpretation process. We can start the interpretation process using the data following stick method. Here we plant our first seed with a double click holding down shift and then finish with a double click to end. You will see that these sticks automatically snap to the position of your faults throughout the data. When you move through the data on the slice to another location, once you create two sticks, automatically a preview surface will be generated between the two sticks. This continues as you build the fault up. Once we go through and turn off the surface, so all we're seeing are the sticks and the preview intersection, we now get to these moments where the preview surface matches up well with an interpretation. These points can be accepted at any point, or alternatively used as a guide for another stage of interpretation. To fully utilize the 3D nature of our data, we now turn on a Z slice which has been populated with a CMY blend. Here we can go through to join up our sticks and then use the alternate route technology in the graph theory to choose the right location where we want to place our next interpretation in the Z slice. Again, moving up to another level just helps us guide our way through our fault interpretation. We now return to the inline, where this time it has been populated with an edge attribute, showing the full capabilities of the tool, working in 3D manner with attribute, reflectivity or a CMY blend. Again, using this to help improve the accuracy and prediction of our fault plane in a 3D manner, allowing you to grow with speed and accuracy through your fault interpretation. Another way of interpreting within GeoTeric is to use the linear stick methodology. This works in a traditional linear stick method, as in other softwares, whereby double-clicking to start and then clicking through to create other points within the stick and a double-click to finish. As you're seeing in the demonstration here, it's possible to go through creating multiple fault sticks for multiple faults on one slice, for example here, and then coming through to work through the faults one at a time. Alternatively, what we can do is go back to the method we showed earlier by taking one stick, making it active, and then working through the scene, trying to find other areas of interest that may need to be picked with this reflectivity volume here. One thing to note is that once a stick or a point has been placed, an instant surface will join up between the two of them. Again, we can go through the volume, finding areas where this fault continues to grow, and then look at turning off the surface, showing purely the intersection and the fault sticks, which will then allow us to see how well we've picked our fault and how well these look in a 3D manner. And where applicable, we can accept these intersections and turn them into sticks. The benefit of working in this 3D manner is that we can very quickly build a fault sticks setup, which can eventually be turned into a fault surface. Any of these static fault surfaces in GeoTeric can have volumes or blends draped on them and move within the 3D volume. Thank you for attending this training session today. If you have any further questions, please feel free to rewatch the video or contact our support team at support@geoteric.com.